me, whitetails aren't just a passion, they are a way of life. I spend my winter months running my own taxidermy business and my summer months planning food plots professionally, which leaves my falls open to chase whitetails. The fall of 2014 was a very special season. I had already filmed myself harvest a great unique triple beam buck on a property near my home in early September, and for the first time I had leased land in Illinois. A new lease with a new group of hunters provides countless challenges and hopefully opportunities. The property is very promising, and I was certainly looking forward to hunting a new piece of ground and hopefully get a chance at an Illinois giant. Aside from deer, my other obsessions are my beautiful girls. Leaving Heather, Nora, and Bella behind is never easy, but an Illinois buck tag and a fresh property were calling. The rut was near, so I packed my bags and headed south.
It's day one down in Illinois. Mike and I busted our butts, drove through the night. Got about 1 hour of sleep, but we got here about 5, slept till 6, and then curled up in a tree. It was interesting getting set up this morning because this tree is huge, so you can't reach around it to put a strap in and hang all the camera stuff. We got in probably half hour after daylight. We were settled in. We spooked 2 fawns coming in out on the field, but never had anything in the woods here yet. This is just a beautiful spot. It's kind of a river bottom between 2 big fields, so it's just a perfect transition here. I don't know the property that well, but just looking at how it lays, this was one of my favorite spots. Hopefully we see some deer. haven't seen any more deer since that last group of does. Surprisingly, we never had a buck come through behind them, which is odd for November 1st. I mean, we figured we'd at least get a year and a half old. We'll probably be back here tonight. We're just gonna get down quick, and I want to trim one tree down here in this lane. We're gonna go back, grab some food, and come right back, sit the rest of the afternoon. Mike and I have been sitting for, I think, 2.5 hours now. We've seen 0 deer. We're just kind of talking how frustrating it is to see a bunch of deer in the morning. Figure it's going to be a good day, so we sit pretty much all day. Now we haven't seen a deer all day. So now it's getting to be evening, we still haven't seen a deer, and it's like, yeah, this sucks. It's just hard to believe we've seen as many as maybe 15 does and fawns and not one buck in a prime time location. I mean, it's not just some piece of public ground here. On November 1st, you'd think at least a year and a half old would cruise through or something. I mean, we're in a perfect funnel area between 2 big bedding areas. Fields on both sides. Major cold front just came through. I've been deer hunting a lot of years, and usually that's a recipe for success. But I guess I get taught lessons all the time. My cameraman's gonna rattle on a buck for me, so he says. But he needs his grunt call. Mine's not good enough. This one can do the Chewbacca. A day like today, I mean, it's a 20 to 30 degree temperature swing. There should have been bucks cruising all day, you'd think. And they are everywhere else. I don't know, but that's deer hunting. That's the way it goes. I'm done complaining now. I just had to vent a little bit. Well, it's day 2 of Illinois hunt. We had one little buck come in already as we were setting up. The wind is not great for this stand. I'm not too thrilled with which way it's going. It's supposed to have an easterly feel, and it's almost kind of coming out of the west. Marcus sat here yesterday and seen a big buck kind of over there, so we got some time. If it keeps blowing like that, we might just slip out of here. But we'll see. It's November. It's the rut. You just never know what could happen. They can come from anywhere in here. For a couple hours, we haven't seen any more deer. The wind is really starting to pick up, and we're kind of on top of the hill here. I'm thinking we're gonna get down, get out of here, and go by the food plots that's down in the valley. We got a couple tents we want to set up and take the decoys down there. So. While Dylan and I are set up for the night, we decided to sit in the white tree down by the creek bottom. We actually already had a doe kind of snake through on this ridge behind us, so thought maybe a buck was chasing her, but no such luck. But we weren't even up in the stand yet and had a deer come through, so that's a way better start than this morning. It stayed cloudy all day and it's actually fairly cool out yet, so it feels like a good night, but I'm not going to get too pumped for it because it hasn't exactly been a stunner so far. But it's going to turn around here sooner or later, so Dylan and I are really set up good here. We got some cool angles and this is really a pretty area with the river going through, so I'd love to get a shot opportunity, but it never works how you plan, so we'll see. Wish us luck. It's nice and cool this morning. It just feels like a pretty good morning, so hopefully we see some deer.
Reality begins to set in after 6 days of hard hunting without anything to write home about. A week is a long time to wait for a sighting of a mature deer during the rut while hunting what seemed to be a great property in Illinois. My frustration sparked an enormous sense of doubt, so much so that we decided to scout some public hunting ground in an area to see if we were the only ones facing the whitetail drought. After a few hours of strenuous hiking and incredible views, we still didn't find a deer worth chasing. My cameramen both had to head back to chase bucks of their own, so I was going to hunt and film myself for the remainder of the trip.
What are the names?
nothing in the last 4 days. The 1 2-year-old 5 that I seen last night is it. So I got one more camera to check and then try to decide where I'm gonna sit tonight.
What's going on. I seen this buck today checking cameras. I was right in here by the stand. And he chased a doe with a spike all the way down this ridge. Oh, he's back up. I ended up getting up in this stand with him being 40 yards behind me. Got all the camera gear set up. I'm self-filming tonight, so we'll see. I think he's gonna give me a shot. That doe ended up coming back and she's bedded there somewhere. And he won't leave, but he's on edge. He keeps standing up and laying back down. Here I self-film. Holy smokes. 42 yards. Just must have smoked him. Holy smokes. Oh, I've been just getting beat up in Illinois. It's my first Illinois buck. Oh, yes. Oh, I can't believe it.
Walking up to a down buck. The problem is I got nobody down here to help me drag him up this hill. So I'm glad he ain't a 300 pounder, as I wouldn't be doing it. Still gonna be a fun pull. Here's my Illinois buck. I've been hunting 6 days straight, pretty much all day, every day. I came down here hoping to peg a giant, but they just aren't here this year. I haven't been seeing bucks in general, deer. I've been getting skunked 2-3 days. This is the biggest deer I've seen all week. Once I seen him, I'm like, oh, if I can get him on film by myself, I'm like, I'm gonna take a shot. And he was with that hot doe in there and he wasn't gonna leave her, and he finally worked to where I had one hole. It's just how things go during the rut. I mean, I was literally walking across the field and heard a grunt behind me.